Picante. Picante. Hola, buenas tardes, good morning, whatever. I get it. I know, I know. I haven't uploaded in, oh my god, I think it's been a couple of months. Listen, picantitos. Some updates have been happening with me, right? So that's why I haven't been able to upload. Just life stuff happening in general. But lately, I've been reading this book called Tokyo Ghoul. I know, I know. Some of you Sigmas might know about this book. But in my opinion, I really should know better. Once upon a time ago, when young Picante here was young, he watched the anime, thinking it was good, right? I mean, it's still good, first season, maybe, yeah, just the first season. And I recently read the books and I found out that, yeah, holy moly, yeah, they're not the same. I don't know why they decided to change the story in season 2. And I didn't even bother to look at season 3 or 4 because I can't remember for the love of me, even though I saw it a long time ago. But I can see that they're trying to do something different, but it doesn't make sense to me because, I mean, they're literally just copying everything off of the book. So why the hell would they change the whole entire story just like that? Because that's what it feels like to me when they make Kaneki, allied with the enemies, even though in the book he's not allies with the enemies. Whatever, right? But anywho, I just wanted to talk about this cool, amazing book that I read. It's called, Tokyo Ghoul. It's a manga, to be specific. But without further ado, let's get on with it. Now, the first volume of the manga is, well, frankly speaking, it was really good. Like, wow. The shit he went through, like, from being a normal kid, well, just a normal, average college student, and then meeting this girl, right? Just by chance, by fate, whatever, right? We both know, well, if you've seen it, kind of like a spoiler, I'm just going to say it now, I'm going to spoil it and shit. It sucks because the story, the way it's going, the author wants you to understand who the character is, kind of relate to him a little bit too. So, he's a college student, he really doesn't talk to that many people, he only has one friend, and his name is Hide. He's at a coffee shop, and then boom, he sees a girl walk in the coffee shop. Purple hair, glasses, and she's sitting alone, drinking coffee, and she's reading, lo and behold, the same book he's reading. Automatically, Kaneki, the main character, has now simultaneously, got his attention. He got the attention focused on her because he wants to meet, well, it's a girl, first of all, so obviously his brain went monkeys. But it just, the book added, the cherry on top, in my opinion. But anyways, that's just the beginning, right? Later on, Kaneki and fucking Rise, by the way, that's the name of the girl with the purple hair, Rise, they started going out. Or they went on a date. Or I'm pretty sure it was going on a date. They go on a date, and everything's going cool, everything's great. And then, like your typical, good guy, the girl's like, can you walk me home? And Kaneki was like, of course. So then he's walking her home, and then Rise stops, and then he stops, and then they start talking. And then Rise gets closer, and then Kaneki's like, oh my god, I'm about to get kissed, and all that good stuff. No. She pulls the Uno reverse motherfucking card. She reveals to him that she is a ghoul, and just starts biting him. Like deadass, she took a bite of him. And then obviously our boy is running, but she's a ghoul, so she can catch up to him without even sweating. But even though it was looking really bad for Kaneki, like he was at the verge of death, like dead ass, he was about to die because she was like piercing him with her kagune, which is what ghouls have. They have a kagune, which is what they used to fight with too. Later on, I'll explain it. But anyways, she was piercing him with her kagune, and Kaneki was just on the floor like, damn, I'm about to die. I'm getting cooked. And then out of nowhere, because they're near a construction site, like a place where they're doing construction site, a whole bunch of steel beams fall from the sky. Just, luckily, well, she's about to, go and eat Kaneki, but, the steel beams fall down, and then she's like, oh my god. And then, boom. Both us, the viewers, the readers, are like, what happened? What happened? What happened next? What happened next? Lo and behold, Kaneki wakes up in a hospital. And then you get to see the ghoul eye on only his right side, I believe. Yeah, on his right side of his eye. And then we get to find out when he's in the hospital what happened. So basically, he was on the verge of death, and then they wanted to save his life. So they took the organs from the girl and gave them to Kaneki to obviously save his life. Now, they don't really explain in the beginning who the doctor is, what the reason was, right? Because if you're a doctor, at least in this setting, you should know what a ghoul's organs are and, their blood levels and all that shit. But whatever. This is just the beginning. Kaneki is like, oh, I'm alive, thank God. So anyways, he's dispatched. Sorry, I can't fucking speak right now. And then he goes home and he eats food with his friend, because I'm pretty sure his friend texted him, Hide, and he's like, hey, come on, bro, let's go eat. So he goes eat, and he takes a bite of the food, and it tasted disgusting. He threw up on the fucking table because it was disgusting. The food tasted, I think he said, like rotten eggs, and like just pure garbage, like just eating pure garbage. And then he obviously left. Then he goes back home, and he's feeling, I guess, a little bit better. Not really. And then he goes to his refrigerator and just starts eating other food, and they just all taste disgusting. Like food, normal food just tastes all disgusting to him. It tastes like human flesh. It tastes like this just awful stuff, like rotten eggs, spoiled milk, expired food, just disgusting, atrocious shit. And then while he's going through this little what's going on with me phase, right? Because he just woke up from a hospital, survived a damn near life and death situation. And the first things he's noticing is that, well, he's alive. That's a plus. But he can't eat normal food. And then he's starting to, you know what I mean? Click, like he's putting things together. Like, what is going on? And then somehow there's perfect timing in the TV. Somebody talking about goals. Some scientist or whatever, right? He's talking about what goals are. And it's at the same time Kaneki's listening to this. And then at some point the guy's just talking about their sense of tongue. It's different from ours. So taste tastes different from a human and a ghoul, like, you know what I mean? Like, ghouls have a different taste and humans have a different taste because of their tongue or whatnot. Anyways, he talks about, almost any normal sort of weapon cannot kill them or hurt them. Kind of like a knife, right? A normal knife, kitchen knife even, a blade, whatever. They don't hurt them. So they need like special cognate to kill them, which they get from other ghouls. But anywho's, I'm getting too sidetracked. Kaneki is listening to what the guy's saying on the TV, and then he looks in the mirror. No, first he grabs a knife and stabs himself in the stomach, obviously panicking because he's like, there's no way. And he stabs himself in the stomach. But the knife bends because, yeah, he's a ghoul. Well, he looks in the mirror and then he sees it, his one eye. One eye ghoul. He sees one eye ghoul, which is not normal. It's very rare, apparently. And basically, after that, it's just nightmare fuel. He just keeps suffering after that. But it's a really good story. This is just the first volume. I'm probably not going to talk about the other ones. But yeah. I really have been enjoying this whole series in general. I've been reading, well, I've already read all of Tokyo Ghoul, basically fucking till, what was the last volume? I think 12, 14, or something like that. I read all of them, and now I'm on to Tokyo Ghoul Re, which is very, very different from Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul Re is a little bit more, in my opinion, graphic, or a little bit more even violent, and just, yeah, a lot of shit's happening. A lot of characters are either dying or growing up and changing. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about Tokyo Ghoul because it's a series that I've been reading for the past month, almost 2 months now. And it's just really good. I'm really just hooked on and addicted to it. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. As always, picantitos, stay hot.